Modesty is an issue of the heart. It's not just appearance alone. And I also want to say it's not only an issue for women, it's for men also. What good is it if a woman is dressed modest, but the man next to her has no shirt on? That's not modest. So we're going to talk about this issue, and we're going to see why the adversary is using immodest dress to just rip marriages apart and keep people away from just being as high as they can be spiritually. If you agree with this message, and you feel that it's right, well, you know what? Get somebody you know in your family or your friends to sit down and watch this message, because if we want to save, the righteousness that's still left, the morality that's even there, we need people to understand that how we look has everything to do with what righteousness is all about. The enemy today has turned so many things around. People no longer have shame for their nakedness. They actually take pride in their nakedness. They go to work out in the gym so they can have a nice figure to show it off in the world. As they're working out, they're half naked, and then they go out in the world and show it. We look at these things and we look at the way people are dressed today and everything else. Look, if you're walking around in your house, ladies, in your undergarments, and somebody knocks at the door, what do? You get embarrassed and you want to cover up, and then you try to cover up, you try to run to put something on, so the people won't see you in your undergarments. But then, right after that person leaves the house, you go run to the beach in a bikini that is exposing more to your body than your undergarments are covering. What sense does that make? But that's the way people are thinking today. These are suggestions now for men and women to understand how we're dressing and what we're doing. We need to ask ourselves. So ask yourselves this about immodest dress every day, and men and women need to ask yourselves this. Who are we dressing for? Who are we dressing for? Another thing we need to ask ourselves, are we honoring our spouses in the way we're dressing? And then we need to ask ourselves, are we a good representative of our Creator by the way we're dressing? And we need to ask ourselves, do our non-believing friends dress the same way we are? Or do we dress the same way they are? Well, these are serious questions we need to ask yourself. And then finally, how often do we look at ourselves before we go out for the day in the mirror? How often do we look at ourselves? Do we look at our backside to make sure it looks good? Do we look at our clothing to make sure everything is perfect? What is our goal? This is what we need to think about. So we have to understand how we dress says who we are. We need to understand that.
Come out of the world, oh my people, seek the truth, avoid the evil, learn Yahweh's ways, Torah Life Ministries, come out of the world.